Hi FlossTube, it's Lorna the Ladybird Stitcher. Today is Sunday the 16th of July and I'm coming to you with my mid-July update. I don't think this video is going to be very long. I've only worked on 4 projects so far. So I'll get started. I did have a question from my last video and it was by Belinda from An Itch to Cross Stitch. Hi Belinda. She asked me, I think she was referring to when I spoke about my Mirabilia Lady of the Mist, and I said that I would be beading and removing the beads I already have in there and then restarting the beading. And she said that she'll be beading her Snow Queen at some point and she's not used invisible thread, so do you match the beads and cotton together? I'm planning to bead using Nymo thread, N-Y-M-O I think. And I've never used it before, but it was highly recommended by Jessie from Jessie Marie Does Stuff. So I believe it comes, it's always sent with chatelaine kits from the European Cross Stitch Company. So and I believe that people who have used it find it really good. So I've got a couple of rolls of it. They only come in very little rolls. And I believe they come in white and black, don't quote me on that, but I think that's what they come in. And so therefore you can kind of do the light coloured beads in white and the darker beads in black if you want to, or if you have lighter fabric, probably use white. But yeah, that's what I'm planning to use. I'm planning to use white on my Lady of the Mist. Okay, if you have any questions on this video or any others, please leave them below and I will try and get back to you in my next video. You might remember me mentioning in my last video that I was going to start a Joan Elliott piece, and that was this one, Lady Bird Fairy. And I did, and I spent a week on her, and I absolutely love her. She's stunning. I haven't done much, but I'm pretty happy with my progress after a week. So that's just her hair and one of her wings. Now both of the 2 main colours in her hair are finished, and that top wing is also completely finished. I haven't decided yet on whether I'm going to do the skin over 1, and if I do that, I'm thinking maybe I'll do half stitches, 2 over 1 half stitches, but I haven't decided yet. I might just do 2 over 2 as normal, I don't know. I have never done 1 over 1 skin before on a large piece like this, and this one has quite a bit of skin. She's got her shoulders, her face and her leg, both her legs, so, and then all of her arm and her hand here, so I think that's quite a lot of skin, so I don't know if I've got the stamina to do all that over 1, but anyway, we'll see. But yeah, I'm pretty pleased with how far I've gotten so far. This one is being stitched on 28 count Opal Lugana in the colour Jaded by Colour Cascade Fabrics. And yeah, I think she's going to be stunning. She's absolutely beautiful. So I'm looking forward to getting some more work on that one at some point. I didn't plan on working on Happily Ever After until later on in the month, but I had a change of plans. I had planned to work on Ladybird Fairy for the entire first week of July, but I hadn't made a working copy, and our printer's kind of not really good for that. The chart actually comes in A3 pages, so it's quite large, and my printer can only print A4. But also the colour doesn't really work very well on it. So my husband offered to take it to work with him and do a copy for me there, get me a working copy. And I said okay, and I kind of said okay, well, I can probably try and start it at least without a working copy. But then I started getting lost, so I decided just to wait until he went back to work. It was the weekend. So I did spend a couple of days with where I couldn't work on it, and I picked up Happily Ever After because the July block came out on the Sunday in my time zone. I had thought it was going to be Pride and Prejudice because of the clue was that it was a classic English tale. It was actually Wind in the Willows, which is fine. But I decided to start it, and That's how far I got. So this one. I also took the border a little way as well. And so all I need to do is finish mole here, and there's also a little bit of copper that runs here. It might be the chimney. Do the oar and the rest of the boat, and yeah, then that'll be finished as well. I also worked on this for the Dog Days of Summer, the Dog Days of Summer challenge, which is being run by Cross Stitch Finish Line. I had a change of plans in both days that it's, so this is Sunday, it started on Friday. Friday's challenge was S for Seaside, and I decided that since they're on water, that would work. I did have other plans for that day, but I decided to stick to my goals for the year while working on that. So instead of pulling out my Mediterranean Avenue for that day, I decided to just keep working on this one. And I just think that's going to help me reach my goals a bit better than working on projects that I don't have any goals for this year. So there's that one. And then on Friday, the July block of travel through Europe was released. And I was planning for Dog Days of Summer yesterday, which was U for Umbrella. I was planning to work on Afternoon in London by Country Cottage Needleworks. But I decided to do the Paris, to start on the Paris block here. So I haven't done much. I actually went to my dad's yesterday and we were there most of the afternoon, and I took this with me, but I forgot to take a needle, so I didn't really get to do much there. So it was only when I got home that I was able to work on this. So there, and that's what it's looking like so far. So I worked on that yesterday for the Dog Days of Summer challenge. Now today's one is M4 designer that starts with M, and I've decided to work on my Mirabilia, but I did work on it for the second week of July as well, and it's Lady of the Mist. And here's what it looked like the last time you saw it. And that's where it is now. So I finished the back stitch on her arm, or on the gloves, and I worked on this bit here. So I really think that I can probably finish all of the stitching in September and then have the rest of the year to finish the beading. At least I hope so. This bit was probably the same size as what's left here, up to about there. So I think I can probably get this done in August, and then I'll only have the rest of this to do, and I should hopefully be able to do that in September. So fingers crossed that that's going to work out for me. So that's what she's looking like at the moment. So yeah, I've spent almost a week on that, because it was basically from the 8th to the 13th of July that I worked on that one. And I can't get enough. I'm really enjoying her this time. So the rest of my plans is to finish the Dog Days of Summer. And today, like I said, is M for a designer that starts with M, and that's Mirabilia, so I'm going to work on that one. And then tomorrow, tomorrow is M for Munchies, and stitch something related to food. And I've decided to pull out Travel Through Europe again and just continue on the Paris block, because you get nice food in Paris. So that works. It was going to be Dreaming of Tuscany, but since that one doesn't really have any, I don't really have any goals for that this year, I've decided to just stick to my goals. And then on the 18th, which I believe is Tuesday, it's E for Eternity. Work on that project that seems like it's taking forever to finish, and I'll just pull out Lady of the Mist again. And then the 19th on Wednesday is our stitch using a red colour floss, and that was always going to be stocking Faithful Friends, so that I'll stick to that, I think. And then, so that'll finish on Wednesday. For the rest of that week, I'll finish anything that I still need to do on Travel Through Europe and Happily Ever After. And then I will pull out Daughters by Lizzie Kate, because I really want to finish that before next month, which is my daughter's birthday. Her daughter isn't until the end. Her birthday isn't until the end of the month, but I just want to have it done so that I'm not rushing around. And then if there's any time left over, I'll probably continue working on Lady of the Mist while I'm in the mood. So they're my plans for the rest of the month. And then haul, I didn't really have much haul at all. I have things on order, but nothing's really arrived yet. I'm still waiting on the June fabric of the month from Colour Cascade Fabrics. I think she had a few things being held up, like she didn't have all the fabric available, so that's been delayed. So I'm hoping to receive that next week or the week after. The July fabric of the month will come much later on in the month. And then I've also got a piece of fabric I'm waiting for from her as well. And then I've got an order from Stitching Bits and Bobs, which I think I ordered that at the end of May. It was finally sent 2 weeks ago, and I'm hoping to receive that this week. And then 123 Stitch, I had an order from them, and I ordered that at the end of June. And it was basically because this one is being stitched, or this one rather, is being stitched on the Easy Stitch frame, which uses Velcro on the dowels to and you use Velcro on the fabric. So that's how it attaches to the dowels. And I heard that they're actually going to stop trading soon, so I decided to place an order for more of that Velcro. And I wrote to 123 Stitch wondering what the hold up was, and they actually said they only had one roll available, so they were waiting on the second one, and that should hopefully be sent on Monday. But anyway, what I have received was a small pattern on PDF, and it was Chatelaine. I think Chatelaine had a sale for the 4th of July, even though she's in Germany. She had a 4th of July sale. So I took part in that, and it was just a very small chart. It's called London Bus, and I'll insert a picture here. So that's, I'll just probably find a small piece of fabric to work on that one, because it's not very big. I think that's all I had. Yeah, I think so. What else have I been doing this month? I've been reading quite a bit, actually. I know I'm probably the last person to have read this, but I finally got to reading The Girl on the Train and absolutely loved it. And then got the movie, and yeah, I was actually a bit disappointed that the book was set in London or England and the movie was set in New York. So I kind of found that a little bit, I don't know, it was fine. It was just, yeah, it just kind of didn't make sense in my head that the book was set in London, but they changed the movie around, but that's okay. And then yesterday when I was at my dad's and I didn't know what I was going to do because I couldn't stitch because I forgot my needle, I decided to start watching The Handmaid's Tale. I'm hooked. I don't know if anyone's seen it, but yeah, I'm really hooked on that. So I've decided to see what the book's like first, and then hopefully watch that a bit later on. And I also have the My Cousin Rachel by Daphne du Maurier on hold from the library. So I think it's my turn. So I'm hoping to get that this week, and I'll be able to read that because the movie's out, and I always like to read the book before the movie. So yeah, I'm hoping that's good. I really enjoyed Rebecca when I read that many years ago, also by Daphne du Maurier, so I'm hoping that this one won't disappoint. But anyway, yeah, that's all I had. If you have any questions, please leave them below and I'll answer them in my next video. Thank you so much for your comments, for subscribing and for your thumbs up. And I will see you again at the end of this month. Happy stitching. Bye.